My name is Sean. I'm one of the co-founders of DSG Performance. I handle all the customer service and sales in the company, and this is my partner, Eran.
I'm Eran, as you just heard, co-founder of DSG Performance as well. I handle branding, business strategy, that kind of thing.
So we've been friends since we were 5 or 6 years old.
6 years old.
And we've been in business for 12 years together. The story's pretty funny. Eran gave me a call one day and wanted to talk about launching a business.
So our story is actually pretty unique. When I was, I believe, 21 years old, I dropped out of university and I ended up calling Sean up to go for breakfast. Me and Sean had been friends since we were like 6 years old, like we mentioned, and basically asked him if he wanted to start something. We didn't really know what we wanted to do completely. We knew we wanted to be in cars because we're huge car fans. So we started DSG. It's been almost 12 years since the beginning. And it's been a really interesting ride. We actually started in 2008, which was the heart of the recession. So that was also just an extra fun thing to do. But of course it worked out, and it's been a blast just for the past over a decade, just basically servicing all you guys and making sure that, you know, we're giving you the best of the best. And that's sort of always been DSG's job, is to essentially curate what we find to be the most unique, the best quality, the best angle, the most talented brands, and to bring those to you, basically, and show you what they're all about. So one thing we actually get a lot, especially since we expanded the Canadian arm of DSG, which is a little funny because we're actually based in Canada, but so much of our business initially used to be in the US, and now it's sort of become an even stream. But the question we got the most when we expanded into Canada is that people were surprised at the prices we were offering. People thought we were actually giving them like crazy discounts, when in reality we were just giving the pricing that was already in existence. But because of what we do, we were able to essentially offer an import-free experience, and that's what really changed it for us in Canada. And that's really what we realized was the biggest problem, and what held people back from shopping more in Canada, was this false price perception, where a lot of people in Canada will work import fees and other fees that they might be going through into the price of the product, making the product's price look a lot higher than it actually is. So then they look at brand X, you know, and be like, oh, this brand is actually super overpriced, when in reality, it's got nothing to do with it. So that's something that took us a long time to create a recipe for, but in the end, we sort of got our secret sauce, and now people get to pay what they're supposed to pay.
So DSGperformance.com really operates on two fronts. You know, we have our DSG Performance, which is our US and global website, where customers from the United States and overseas can make their purchases. It's in US dollar. It ships domestically from within the USA. A lot of customers, in fact, who don't do their research would actually not even necessarily realize that we're a Canadian company, because you're really truly getting a domestic US experience. For our Canadian customers, though, that's where things get really interesting. So we've looked at the landscape, and we've seen a lot of problems that exist for Canadian customers in terms of getting their items and at a price that makes sense. And as entrepreneurs and problem solvers, we really put our heads towards it to see, okay, how can we make this different? So now, if you go to our website, you know, up the top right, there's a little toggle, lets you click change your country. If you click it and switch to the Canadian website, you're no longer going to be shopping in US dollar. You know, the entire experience changes for you. It's Canadian dollar. There's no duty, no brokerage. Everything ships from within Canada at our Montréal warehouse. We handle it all for you. You know, so we're really trying to strive to bring better pricing and better service to Canadian customers who are used to and kind of take for granted the fact that when you're shopping from the States, you're going to get that dreaded UPS fee. You all know what it is. So with us, that's no longer the case at all. So we've been working with AMS for a bit over 10 years, and the reason we love AMS products is because the quality is there. You know, a lot of companies or a lot of places really want to just be first to market, but there's something to be said about actually producing a product that's going to fit well, that we can stand behind, that is going to produce not only the power, but just be a good, clean install and safe and all that. a pipe is just a pipe until it isn't. You know, AMS products are track tested, they're well engineered, and it just speaks to us on a level that a lot of other companies might not. So a lot of you may have noticed a new link on our website and a couple banners that are called Build Division. And this is an evolution of a program we've already been doing for a couple years. It sort of was just a natural segue where a lot of customers of ours who wanted to do more with their cars were looking to us to offer them a turnkey service where we would either procure the car for them or bring in their vehicle and really get them the bespoke build that they want from A to Z. You know, the car comes here, anything from power, custom upholstery, aero work, dyno tuning, the whole 9 yards. We deliver you a car that is exactly how you wanted it. This is something that we've grown, and it's now something that we're offering on a wider scale. So if you're looking to do a bespoke quality build and you want the best products in your car and you want a really good service and you want to have some customizations done, this is the place to be looking. Really unique, interesting project that we have been working on in collaboration with AMS that we can't say too much on yet, but you should definitely keep an eye on and see what we have in store because it's pretty cool. And
that's kind of what makes this very special is that even the project that Sean's referring to, we're doing basically, you just give us the car and then we handle everything. So it really is a full turnkey solution. There's really no big effort on your part. It really just comes at the beginning when you work with a DSG specialist to design your build and figure things out, and then we take it from there. Podcast was started as a sort of fly-by-night idea, something that no one was really doing in the industry, and that represented a vehicle that we can discuss the things that we find interesting in this industry in a new level, in a new way. So it started, obviously because we know how it was going to work out, on basically two of us doing recordings on a cell phone in a super echoey office, episodes you can't even find anymore because we had to take those off. And it turned into this big thing where a lot of brands and a lot of people comment on it, and we work with a lot of people now on it, and it's become this legitimate, setup where we have the latest equipment and everything we need to really put on a show for you guys. Again, this is actually going to be improving even more in the future, and today is actually going to be an episode with our new setup that you haven't even seen yet. So that actually brings up a pretty big point, and again, what lays at the heart of DSG, which is the curation aspect. And when we curate those brands, when we find those brands for you guys, what we do is we tell you about them through effective storytelling. And that's why, especially in the past few years, content has taken such a priority at DSG. And that's why we create all these things for you so that we can show them in lights that you may not have seen before and make you really understand what makes these products so great, beyond just people saying, well, they're really high quality, they're really great. There's a lot more to these guys, and that's what we find fascinating. It's part of our passion. We love to find these guys and figure out what makes them unique and what makes them talented, and we share that with you through all of the things that we've been doing. And it's what you've seen so far is so not even close to what we have planned for you. So in the next year, you're going to be seeing a lot more of this on a completely different level. And to sort of start that, to mark the beginning of this new age of content that DSG is taking on, we've actually even developed a new emblem that for now we're calling our Gent Racer, but soon enough, we're actually going to be having you guys name him and awarding something special to the guy who gets it. So that's really what this is all about. That's what we love to do, and you're going to see a lot more of it in the coming years. So basically, when it comes to finding us and our content, the top 3 places to find us would be our YouTube channel. It's going to be Facebook, and it's going to be Instagram, all of which the tag name is DSG Performance, one word. So one of the new things we're doing this year is we actually broke up those 3 platforms, and we're going to be offering you different content on each one. So you really do have a reason to follow us on each platform. They're all going to be taking angles that the other ones don't. You're going to have custom video, you're going to have custom photos, and a lot more than I can't even talk about yet. So yeah, that's where to reach us. Follow us, subscribe.